Today I'm going to talk about data modeling interview questions for Meta, and this is designing a data model for hotel room booking system. So if you're designing a booking room system, so you need to think common knowledge that best way to learn something in practice in real scenario. So in this article, we data model for hotel room representation system. We look data model where we can represent information about rooms, guest, and reservation, and booking. So let's talk about some hotel which called Vertiblo. So database modeling is cycle of discrete process. We find identify main table attributes such as room, guest, and reservation, right? So the main component is the room. We should have a room in hotel. Then the person should come. Then there should be some reservation. Then we configure redefine our table discovery attributes in column. For example, room table should have like room number or name of room, whether it's allowing the smoking or not. Reservation should have attributes such as like reservation ID, then date in, date out, and status. Status can be cancelled and confirmed. Made by online, in-person, phone, mail, while the attribute of the guest are the first name, last name, and the member since. Perhaps you feel like reservation table need two attributes like room type, number of bed will be. This is the add-on series. So let's look here. Sorry, I cannot talk. Okay, sorry. So this is how the data model is. So guest, we have first name, last name, and membership. And ID is the primary key for this table. Room is name, status, and smoke. And reservation is something like this, right? So data type, what is the domain allowed two values in the column? Not every column has a data type, varchar, integer, date, boolean, to indicate what the kind of value can be assigned to the column. For example, column smoke on the table room is boolean. Either you can put yes and no or 0 or 1. Primary key is the social security number for every room record. Every table should have a column or more than one acting identifier as every record in table. This column is called primary key. The best practice for database design to suggest that every table must have a primary key. If we take a look at if you go through my lecture, we talk about data model for reservation systems. Uh, so let's important concept perhaps obviously many readers that pk is cannot be have a duplicate value. In other words, every pk column has a unique constraint, and any attempt to create a new record with a duplicate value will be rejected with the errors by database manager, right? So this is how we created the three tables. Let's talk about the next. A reservation is one of the most complex element of representative data model. One of reservation can have many rooms associated with the example. I wish to make a reservation for a double rooms and separate room for 3 bed, my kids. This business requirement to add four things our model, right? A new table which we need to create new table room reserved where we store all the room belong to one reservation. Add two reference. A reference is very important element for data model. A reference describes how table is related to another table. In our model, every room reserved belongs to one reservation, so we will use the reference model that fact. This reference is graphically represented in the line connecting to both tables. Moreover, every reservation belongs to one guest. We need to create new reference like guest and reservation. So this is handled, to the one person book many rooms. How to make this big? Yeah. So this reservation date in, date out made by guest in, then have a primary key is ID and room number, reserved ID and status. Reservation. Let's stop. What happened? The table of link reference, right? So when we create reference between two tables, one new column added to one of the table. So this is we call the foreign key. This is just column called the foreign key. act as a pointer to another table following connecting between two tables. For example, take a look this following diagram. So he's made by is the secondary index. Here is the reservation. Here is secondary index. It is here guest ID made by. This is guest ID, guest information, and this is also guest ID. This is reservation. So this is foreign key for here. So let's discover something more. One of the one point pending by model in the fact room can be used by some same guest in period of time to represent this business fact via two table hosted at or occupied room. Not every person who stayed in the hotel will have recorded hosted at. This record will have reference to the room C is occupied at the guest. This is why hosted at has a double reference, the guest and occupied. So there is many things which we can do in the reservation system. Table occupied rooms will have record as per room being rented on the. I mean, if someone else can book, someone else can stay in room. So every information which we need to track, right? I'm trying to hold this one. I'm not able to hold. So you can go to edit data model in browser. It's taking time. So please go through this data model and learn about how to design a data model. This is very important website. So please like and subscribe my channel.